Hi, welcome to Talking About It. I'm John Griffith.
And I'm Aris. Joining us tonight is Sir Ari Gold and Delicia Glam. Welcome, guys.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello. We are Gold Nation. Welcome, Gold Nation.
Oh, yeah.
Gold
Welcome
Nation.
to Flushing, Queens, Gold Nation. How you guys
Yeah.
feeling?
We are feeling golden.
Great. And glam.
Yes. Glam Nation, Gold Nation.
I hear you have a new album out, Ari.
Well, it's sort of new. It's new in the sense that there's a new video that just came out
Okay.
from
A couple of them.
the latest single. Well, two new videos. One of which here I'm going to take my glasses off so
Okay.
we can see eye to eye. There's a new video that came out that was a collaboration with Peppermint from RuPaul's Drag Race, who we are so proud of because she went all the way to runner-up, and top two, which is pretty amazing.
Big,
and
pretty big.
Yeah, huge. But way before that, she asked me to be a part of a project which was to do a cover of George Michael's song "Too Funky." And I don't know if you guys remember the video, but in the video they had all the models. He had a couple of videos at the time that used all the supermodels from the
Yes.
90s.
Definitely.
And
On the runway, walking the catwalk, and
yeah,
Yeah,
so Peppermint wanted to recreate that and use all of season 9, all the girls from RuPaul's Drag Race season 9.
So cool.
So it came together very fast. I have one little gripe about it because I recorded the vocal in a different key and speed, and then gave my vocal over to be redone, and they changed the key and the speed, so my vocal sounds kind of like Madonna early years Minnie Mouse effect kind of thing. So I'm trying to accept it as that, you know. But the video came out really great.
it's beautiful. Everybody looks great.
Yeah, Chris.
It's really a lot of fun.
I always forget how to pronounce his name, but Greek in the City, Chris Saramatidis.
You got that. That was
think
good. I'm Greek, so I'll be an advocate for the Greek
Okay.
people tonight.
Yeah,
That
he
was
has a
great
whole thing called Greek in
pronunciation.
the City, and he shot my footage, and it's really cool. And you know, and then there's so much synergy, to use a word from my favorite cartoon, Gem and the Holograms. There's so much synergy because Delicia actually she's a designer, and she designs a lot of my stage outfits and stuff like that. She also performs herself, and she designed Peppermint's famous peppermint outfit, which really was one of the showstoppers of the entire season.
Oh, most definitely.
You remember that
Definitely a
outfit?
standout,
It
yeah.
was crazy. Where
She made
looked-
it come alive in such a way that was so amazing, like beyond my creativity of what I pictured her in. I mean,
Yes, the
she
performance
really
she did on the runway.
amazing. I mean, she brought it in to a whole other level, you know.
Well,
It was
what I
really
loved
good.
what she did, because your stuff is very edgy and very performative, and I think that she really maximized that too, because I think that your designs are, they're about the stage, they're about theatrics, and so when she didn't just get on there to look like a big peppermint, she became a character, and it was very
She
much,
had so much attitude, and it just everything about the way she came out and in her face expressions and her body language. It was so amazing.
and as she said, very much inspired by like Klaus Nomi and Lee Bowery, and
Right.
and I love that she made it like, because here it's this like super cartoony thing, but
Right.
what I love about some of the stuff that Peppermint does is she actually made it sexual,
Yeah, I was just gonna say she brought a little sex appeal to it.
Yeah.
She brought some
sexy edge.
yes, yeah.
And made it almost dangerous, you know, which I like. I like
That face, she came out like this. She was like
And she licked
the lollipop. I
lollipop.
didn't know. I was like, I hope she uses this lollipop. I made a lollipop prop for her and some round peppermint headpiece, and she just used everything, and then added some things to it, and just everything.
Yeah.
Just came along really well and brought a lot of magic to it.
And
I
Delicia
was like, wow.
also designed her Gaga inspired outfit as well.
The blue coat.
And so it just was all kinds of synergy because, Delicia and I just started working together like this past year, and she had been working with Peppermint, and Peppermint asked me to do this thing for the Too Funky video, and
Which we do have.
to show.
Yes.
I hope so.
Yes,
So
we do.
How do we do that? Do we show it now? Or?
I guess so. So we're gonna run the Too Funky video.
Yo no estoy tratando de seducirte, pero tú quieres que yo te seduzca. Eso es lo que exactamente me estás tratando de decir. Hey, just too funky for me. Gotta get inside of you, and I'll show you heaven if you let me. Hey, just too funky for me. I gotta get inside. I gotta get inside of you. So where will that be? I watch your fingers working overtime. I got to thinking that they should be mine. I'd love to see you naked, baby. I like to think that sometime, maybe tonight, if that's alright, yeah. Hey, you're just too funky for me. I gotta get inside of you. Won't let you go. I won't let you. No, no. Hey, you're just too funky for me. I gotta get inside. I gotta get inside of you. I'll let you love me. I watch you drinking and I take my time. I watch you sinking all that cheap red wine. I've got to see you naked, baby. I like to think that sometime, maybe tonight, my goal's inside, yeah. Would you like me to seduce you? Yeah, yeah. Baby, oh baby, oh baby, why do you do this to me? Won't let you go. You're such a baby, 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 why do you do this to me? I got to know. Would you like me to seduce you? I'm gonna be the kind of lover that you never had. Hey, you're just too funky. You're never gonna have another lover in your bag. You're just too funky for me.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Would you like me to seduce you? Would you like me to seduce you?
Would you like me to seduce you?
Everybody wants a lover like that, baby. Everybody wants a lover like that. Everybody, everybody wants a lover like that. Everybody, everybody. Everybody wants a lover like that. Everybody, everybody. Everybody wants a lover. Everybody wants a lover like that. Everybody wants a lover. You're just too. Everybody wants a lover like that. Everybody wants a lover. Everybody wants a lover like that. Everybody wants a lover. Everybody wants a lover like that. Would you like me to seduce you?
So there's a lot going on there, and
There's a lot going on. You know, I have to say, I cried when Peppermint asked me to do that because I've collaborated with her before. She and Mila Jam are they're guest singers, featured singers on a song on my 4th album called "If I Steal Your Boyfriend." So we've worked together before. We performed together before. We performed that song at the Glam Awards before. We've done a lot of stuff, me and Peppermint. I've been in some of her other videos, just doing random cameos. But when she asked me to do that, it was, I was completely taken with emotion because I am a huge George Michael fan.
Mm-hmm.
I have always been a huge George Michael fan my whole life. I would say, you know, there's not a single male artist that has inspired me more than George Michael. You know, and in retrospect, really thinking about his life and his work and the way in which our culture treated him there was a lot of really unfair ways in which he was treated as an artist and as a human being, and the struggle that he had to go through as a gay man, having to deal with his sexuality in the public eye, dealing with it during the AIDS crisis, losing his loved ones to AIDS, and then coming out on the other side of that, and coming out on the other side of being outed. He was basically entrapped by the police,
Right.
I always just had the utmost respect for the way that he did that, and always felt like his journey allowed for me to be openly gay from the beginning of my
Yeah.
career, which many people say no one had done before. I'm hard pressed to find anyone who had, and I don't think you can. I mean, the only person I can think of who did anything remotely like that was Sylvester back in the 70s, who was sort of a disco artist, and there was another artist a glam rock artist named Joe Bryant back in the 70s. But anything post-AIDS or in pop music, really, there really was no artist who was openly gay from the beginning, and it was George Michael, and Boy George and Elton John and all the people who came out. Of course, even Madonna and the way that she put gay work and gay people in her work. All those people made me feel like I can be openly gay from the beginning of my career. And I didn't necessarily know how. I thought that the time was right because of what they had done already. I thought, because even when the music industry people told me to, wait and be in the closet first and then come out, I said no, but we're ready. That's
not your
happened
truth, yeah.
already. Well, it's not my truth, but we've been through this already. That we've been through that era. This is a new era, and I thought the world was ready for that era, and the world really wasn't ready for that era. And I think I underestimated the impact of the AIDS crisis and how scared people were of gay sexuality then, and how scared the industry was. And only in the last few years do we have, major label artists like Sam Smith, and people from American Idol like Adam Lambert. But there's still a real lack. There's a new artist, Troye Sivan, who is openly gay, and I think Troye Sivan, I believe, and Sam are also all from the UK. So still American artists.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at what Idol tried to do to Lambert. They cleaned up his Twitter feed, and kind of sanitized is the wrong word, but I guess they de-gayed his
Right.
feed and just minimized it. He didn't lie about anything, but he wasn't really allowed to talk about it.
Right, and I was really impressed actually when I went to see Adam in concert, and how flamboyant he was, and he pranced around in heels, and I was really impressed with the flamboyance and the gayness that he brought to his live show, and I thought it was so cool and so great, and he's such a great live performer. I was disappointed to see how few gay people there were in the audience supporting him.
Funny, right?
It was
A lot of
mostly
straight women.
their daughters. It was a lot of American Idol, audience fans. So, I think we still have some ways to go. But in line with the synergy with, so it was just a huge there was a huge honor when Peppermint asked me to do that, and I cried. I cried because to be able to cover George Michael and to do that with her, when she was about to embark on such a big platform as RuPaul's Drag Race, not even knowing that she was going to make it so far, but still knowing how incredible and talented Peppermint is, it just was a huge honor. And then,
She's
then
such a sweet and genuine person.
she really is. She's from the get-go.
We know her from 20 years ago.
Yes, 20 years,
Yeah.
and she's a sweet soul and a generous soul, and she's always been that way. It's like not everybody, thinks about, the people that they knew from the past when they're ready to
Right.
hit the big time, and and she did. She thought of me. She thought of Delicia, and
And I felt very honored. I was so happy when she got picked, and I was like, of course, it's about time.
And now, like on Instagram and everything, there's all these artists who are doing their own renditions and cartoons and drawings of the outfit that Delicia made for Peppermint. So that was awesome.
That's a treat, yeah.
And then and then it turns out that I wanted to. I put out a second video very soon after that video that I had been working on for quite some time, which was shot. Half of it was shot in the subway system of New York, and which has been all over the news today. In fact, I think Chuck Schumer.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, the MTA has been all over the news for the last few months, and will be for the. It's been a mess.
The subways have been a mess, and they need some much needed good publicity.
And it's been hot too.
Yeah, and so my video gives it some good publicity because it showcases. You know, I do love it when they put all the the artists and music out down on the subway, and so a artist and director, Jono Friedrichs, who I know through Laverne Cox, he did all this stop motion photography of all the musicians in the subway system, and he showed me this footage, and he didn't know what to do with it, and I was like, wow, this would be perfect for. I have a song called "Make Music," which is all about making music and how that helps. For me, that's what helps me to survive and helps me to go on. And so through that, and through also Chris, who did the Shot Me in the Too Funky video, the Greek and the City guy, we put it all together, and the culmination of that video ends at Delicia Glam's fashion show.
Okay.
Which I performed at.
That
so,
was earlier this year in February.
During Fashion Week in New York. So
He opened the show and he was singing during as the models started walking down. It was fabulous.
Right, and the cool thing about Delicia's show is that when she puts on a fashion show, it's not just about the models who are hangers,
human hangers.
Human hangers, just to showcase the stuff. She puts on a show because she herself is a performer too. I mean, sometimes I get a little annoyed at people who are working behind the scenes and they are and they don't. They want to secretly be in front of the scenes, and they don't know how to create space for the people who are in front of the scenes. But this girl, she is in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. She needs to be both, because if you've ever seen her Vogue, she's been a club performer for many years, and she's from the House of Ninja, actually, which is one of the voguing houses here in New York. She was indoctrinated by
Willie Ninja.
Willie Ninja, who
the creator.
May he rest in peace.
Yes.
God rest his soul. So she, I told her, I'm like, you need to this show, you better step out and Vogue yourself. I wish she was featured in my video.
You and the producers, and I was like, all right, okay, I guess.
Yeah, but we did get Javier Ninja from the House of Ninja who Vogued at our fashion show, and you can see him in the video, and you can see a lot of her fashions in the video, and the song is called "Make Music."
And we're gonna take a look at "Make Music" right now. So.
Make the choice. Choose what matters. Climb the ladder, but be kind. More than reason, more than emotions. It's in the healing, it's in the motion. I got the feeling, I got the notion. It strikes a chord rider, it takes me higher. Don't know which way I can turn to make music. When I got another lesson I can learn to make music. When I dance to the beat of my own heart and I wanna lose control. I make music, sweet music, magic music. Make it, making music, making music. Making music, making music, making baby, 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 baby. Do you know what you're doing? the only thing that comes for free. Doesn't matter what cliche, it's all been done and said anyway. You know I see in a different way, living for the day, out proud and gay. Hey, I don't know which way I can turn to make music, music. The answers to the questions burn. I make music, music. When I answer the beat of my own heart, and I wanna lose control, lose control. Music, magic, music. Make it, make it, make it music, make it music, make it, make it, make it music, make it, make it, make it music, make it music, make it, make it, 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 make it, make it music, make it, make it music.
Who's gonna make that nasty beat? Gold Nation. Who's gonna give me that nasty groove? Gold Nation. Who's gonna make that nasty beat?
That is pretty awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, she designed all the outfits
Oh, wow.
in the show at the end. And that was us two just fooling around as we do.
Having fun like it's over. It's time to have fun now.
Yeah, and MJ's in it, and the song I did with who's also part of this Gold Nation, which is like just I wanted, instead of having the album out as under Sir Ari Gold or Ari Gold, which my past albums have come out under, I wanted something a little bit more open, because I work with so many incredible artists like Delicia, like Peppermint, and and I just wanted it to be one. We're one Gold Nation under God. Like it's a collective, and it's all the artists that I get to work with and perform with, and so yeah, I wrote and produced that song in Holland with a producer named Bob Sandy, who also goes under the name Subgroover, and we did most of the album in Holland, in the Netherlands, and the album is called Soundtrack to Freedom. So
Okay. You have so much going on. It's hard to keep track. I mean, every time you're here, it seems like we're on a completely new and exciting track with you, and I love that about you.
Thank you. Well, when I don't know which way I can turn, I make music. That's how the song goes, and that's the truth of my life. So no matter what's going on, I know that Delicia has sometimes expressed, there's so many things going on in the world right now, and sometimes you feel helpless and you wish, what can I do, and you don't know what to do. But I know, for me, it's making music. I know for you,
It's decorating people for a living.
yeah, and bringing people color and
Right.
sparkle and
Making them feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
And just good.
she's been dressing Prince's old bassist, right?
Yeah.
Lala.
No,
Lala,
no.
someone else from the Crystals.
Yeah.
And Prince's bassist
Nick
is
West.
Nick West,
Yeah.
and she's been performing her outfits all over the country, and so just bringing fashion and glamour and color and sparkle and glitter and bling and all of that to a world that can sometimes feel drab and gray and helpless and hopeless.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's something to that. I think that's powerful, you know.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And why not?
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of different forms of art and life and music and fashion. It can change the drab into joy and just to bring out the inner beauty of so many different things and just take you out of the bad space and into the good, and vice versa if that's what you're trying to accomplish. And it's like you can provoke thought, you can provoke joy, you can just make people sparkle and
More joy.
More joy.
I'm heavily inspired by music, always have been, and I am just attracted to people in music. I like always have been around them in my life, and music really inspires all of what I do. It really is a big part of me. It's my secret passion.
That's wonderful.
You guys have any favorite artists right now besides Ari, of course?
Well, I know her favorite is Prince, who is
Yeah,
also
Prince
no longer. I
always
mean, it's amazing. The last few years, you know, we lost Prince, we lost George Michael, you know, and Whitney and Michael, and all those great artists.
Whitney, another favorite of mine too.
Whitney Houston. Yeah.
You know that.
Of course,
It's one of my
course.
favorite vocalists.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. She taught me how to sing. I used to copy her riffs and all that stuff. But thank God we still got Madonna. She's still here, so she hasn't left us yet. She says that's the most controversial thing she's ever done, and I'm happy we still have her because she's definitely influenced me a great deal. Yeah, I'm always
One of my
interested.
favorites too.
Yeah,
Smash.
but I'm always interested in new people, and I like a lot of the new singers. And actually, I've been enjoying this latest. I was never that much of a fan, but I've been enjoying. We both have been enjoying Katy Perry's latest thing. I think
I've been a fan of hers from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I just love the whole styling. Her music's really well. You know, like her last album, I loved very much. We were just talking about that earlier.
I like that she's been on this like path to learning. Like she's showing us that, like, you know, she didn't know everything. That she's like, I didn't know a lot of things, and she's really trying to learn. She's trying to learn about, you know, race and her role as a white artist, and like I think that's cool. I think that more people should be doing that. You know, I know those are things. I guess I'm, you know, I've been privileged enough to go to college, but I've always been drawn to those issues. You know, to be anti-racist and anti-sexist and anti-homophobic, and I was drawn to that in college, and so I really delved into that, and I wanted to bring that into my work as much as possible.
Well, in brief, what's next for you?
I am hoping to bring my autobiographical musical Pop Out that I have been developing for a very long time. There might be one-off in September, but I'm still hoping to get that into a full production where people can go, you know, where there's 8 shows a week.
Okay.
So I'm really working hard on that right now.
Okay. And yourself?
Well, I'm still designing. I always have been designing, and I'm working on some things for next year's Fashion Week.
Okay.
in
And where can
February
people
again.
find out more about you?
You could find me. All my social media is Delicia Glam, and my website deliciaglam.com.
Okay. And yours?
And all my social media is at Sir Ari Gold. Yeah. And don't be surprised if I pop up on some reality television
Okay.
very, very soon. I'll just say it has
Something to look
The
forward to.
Bachelor, Ari? Anything you want to break tonight?
Hey, you're not off
Well-
track. It has to do with me being a single gay man. I'm
Okay.
still single, people.
Well, when
Yeah.
it's time to promote, when it's time to promote whatever that is, promote it here.
Of course, I'd love to
Okay.
come back. I always come here. I come back every time I have something. I feel like this is my, you know, reconnecting to my home. I'm like, okay, come back here, and now I'm, you know, it's my signpost or
Well, I
something.
thank you both for taking the time out of your schedule to
Thank you.
talk about your
Thanks, John.
projects.
Thanks, Aris.
So-
Wonderful chatting with you both.
Wonderful chatting with you.
so-
Thank you very much.